Up and back in the room. All right, start in the back, guys. Knees to chest. Okay. Hands on your knees. We're gonna move the thigh bones in circles. It's a nice way to get started. Deep breaths in through the nose. Change direction of those hip movements. Feet down, arms full open. You will slide your pelvis over to the right. Slide it, okay? 1 inch, 2 inches. And then send your knees over to the left. So you end up with your right hip perfectly aligned over the left. Give it one more inhale. And then return and change sides. So pelvis now slides over to the left, a couple of inches. Roll onto your right side, right hip specifically. You're really stretching lower thoracic spine. Couple of breaths. And then return. Place the heels below your knees. Arms reaching to ceiling. Nicely peeling the spine off the floor. So you're articulating segmentally, driving pubic bone to ceiling. And keep your upper back connected with the floor. So you are never squeezing shoulder blades in the bridge. And we're rolling down. So through the thoracic spine, which is the longest segment. So all those ribs go bone down, bone by bone. Then release your tailbone, return to neutral spine. And go again, ground your feet. Pelvis up, chin up. And roll down. We're going to do one more. We're kind of aiming for straight line from the knees through the hips to the shoulders. Definitely not flaring the rib cage. And then roll down slowly. Straighten your left leg. Pull your right knee to chest and you go for yet another twist. Just trying to really affect the hip a little bit more. And then return. Now send that right leg out to the right, straight or bent. See what feels okay. If you're a little more flexible, of course, you can grab your ankle. But we're really thinking of adductor muscles, groins, and your left side stays down. And bring the leg over the hip. It's okay to have the knee bent. And we're moving the ankle. Okay, so 4, you can make those 4 reps, dynamic circles, full range of motion, maximally pointing, maximally dorsiflexing. And then change direction. We're heading to the knee cars, okay? So you hold your thighs still, bend your knee fully, pull the toes towards the kneecap. And you're gonna do this windshield wiper, side to side, okay? Rotate right, rotate left, or rotate internally, rotate externally. And if it's, again, something that you're new to, Obviously, you would carry on just with this, but if you know this, externally rotate, lift halfway, internally rotate, bend. Externally rotate, lift, internally lower. You swivel, you lift, swivel, you lower, and then you change direction. Lift and swivel, down and swivel. Lift and swivel. We're only going halfway up and then maximally bending. And then straight to the hip. Hip circumduction. We're going joint by joint. Again, just listen for any crunching, any snapping, you know, this clicking. This is not unusual, but stay away from pain. And change direction. Last one here. And guys, that right leg goes already up to ceiling. Try to straighten, okay? Don't collapse through the lower back. We're trying to maintain like a neutral spine, so there will be a little bit more space below your lumbar spine. And we're working on the hip flexion, so we're lowering the leg slowly. And we're lifting it, so we don't kick. You can point your toes if you feel more comfortable with this. A little bit less stretch to the hamstrings when you're pointing the toes. And give yourself enough space to go down. And again, we're trying to hinge at the hip, okay? These that will prepare us for the core work. Left heel pressing down, right leg going up. And again, no half movements, okay? You want to really lock your knees. It means that your quads are working. And at least you've got that support from one of the quads that actually crosses the hip. But the sensation may be felt around the groin or deep in the hip through your psoas or iliopsoas muscle. Last two. And give me one more lift, and we're gonna hold. Your circles will be so small now and over the hip. Straight leg. If you can't keep it straight here, lower it and do it from here, okay? Because that's obviously more contraction through your hip flexors. And pelvis still. You're drawing a circle with your big toe on the ceiling, and then you change direction. Little circle. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then slowly lower the leg. We're changing sides. Okay, pull your left knee to chest. Gonna send that leg across from the top. Quick stretch through the glutes. And then open, so abducting. So like I said, you can do it like a bent position of the knee, half stretched, fully straight, wherever you at. Returning for ankle cars. The leg over your hip. And we're moving the ankle. Again, make it quite dynamic. So don't skip the ranges of motion. Fully point, fully flex. And then change direction. Okay, and then bend your knee maximally. Pivot on the heel. Swivel right left. And then add that movement up and down. Swivel lift, swivel lower. Swivel lift, swivel lower. So we've got a bit of hamstrings, but put in a stacked position so we work front of the calf and a knee rotator. So we're just really trying to focus on accessory movements of the knee. Reversing. Once and then straight to the hip whenever you're ready. As long as you cover 3 movements each way, at least you get enough prep. One more. And change direction. Lovely. All right, ready. So leg to ceiling. You can initially just stretch, encourage the hamstring to lengthen. If it's not possible, of course you're bending, right? But you're trying to do your best to keep your leg straight, whether it's here or here or here. I'm gonna go with hip flexion. So again, try not to collapse, okay? Your tailbone should not be lifting. Ideally, your right leg is completely relaxed on the ground. And we're gonna move that left leg down, almost tapping the ground, pulling then the leg towards, not kicking. And as I'm lifting the leg, I'm just watching. You see, I slid my hand underneath my lower back. I'm pressing from the front, so I'm maintaining a lot of bracing and intra-abdominal pressure. Going up on the exhale, keeping my leg straight. So you may feel again fatigue building up in the front of the hip. You'll have to inhale to lower. Exhale for the pursed lips on the way up. And if you feel like you need extra help, then slide one hand or put a little towel below the lower back. Anything small that you can push your lower back into, preserving the curvature of the lower back. And then we go into the circle. So hold, guys, okay? That's the time where you may see your leg shaking a little bit even. If you're a little more flexible or stronger, pull the leg as close to you, right? So I'm not even aiming for ceiling. I'm aiming for the wall behind me with those circles, because I want to really get to the, the biggest contraction of my psoas. And then changing direction. Yeah, so do the hardest variation for yourself. And slowly going to let that leg go. Relax the hip flexors, shake it off. We're moving for a quick core series. Okay, so legs tabletop, support your head with your hands, elbows up a little bit. Deep breath in, and we curl up. Lift your head and peel the shoulder blades off the floor, okay? Should be at least half an inch of a space below your shoulder blades. Return. And again, lift your right leg at the same time. And then bring it down. Left leg. And then bring it down. Going again, right leg. And bring it down. Okay, so this is again just the starter. Okay, and then go again. Lift your right leg, lift your left leg, and hold. So from here, you tap, one foot taps the ground, lower your head. Exhale, lift. Other side, foot taps the ground, head down, curl up. You can tap with the toes or heel, doesn't matter. You can land your whole foot on the ground, but very lightly. Now the trick is not to let the lower back lift off the floor. It will kind of rise a little bit potentially, but you're trying not to create too much movement in the lower back. It's almost like you're stiffening your whole midsection. All right, and do the same thing with head down now. Arms down by your side or hands below the sit bones for support. And we tap quite far away from you. Don't move your knees. We're looking again at movement at the hips. Tap. Again, imagine that belt around the belly. You're trying to push the belly out into that belt. That's your bracing. Especially through your side abs, which are internal and external obliques, and then deeper transverse abdominis muscles. That's your corset. That's your support. With 6 more taps. Exhale every time you switch. 4. 3. Go slowly. 2. 1. And then relax the legs. So now we're going level 2. We're going actually level 1 crisscross. Curl up, rotate to the right, and pull your right knee to your left shoulder. And then bring it down. Curl up, bring your left knee to the right shoulder. Ease off. And twist. Back down. Okay, so again, good, safe, level 1. Always good. Someone's got lower back pain, that pretty much works for everyone. Good place to start. We are obviously progressing. So if you feel okay here, float the legs. Or go up and twist. And back down. And twist. Okay, if you want more, progress to level 2, full crisscross. Twist and the other leg straighten. Back down. Twist, right shoulder, left knee. Back down. Breath in. Twist. And back down. Again. Back down. Last couple if you can. Again, core matters, right? Because we will be doing planking. So we want to have a good prep. Arms down by your side, guys, bicycles. And now again, deeper core layers. Point your toes. Driving heels towards the ground. Carry on just for a few more. I don't want to tell you the number because then people rush and try to just complete the number of reps. You want to just move, okay? For as long as we need to move. Change direction, cycling back. Legs in line with hips and shoulders. Again, just in through the nose, out through the mouth. So it's like you could talk through it like me, right? But tummy stays braced. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hug your knees in for a sec. We're going to do one more top up. So we curl ups and both legs away. We're going to start doing hundreds. I'm going to break it down. Breath in, flex up, imprint, legs away. So this is your starting position. And we come down. 3 more. Breath in. Maybe legs a little bit lower. And knees in. And again, exhale. Shoulder blades off the mat. Relax. Breath in. One more time. Get ready to add the arms. Palms facing down. Don't move the upper body. We pumping for 22, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. Come down for a second. Okay. No bouncing of the head. No bouncing of the shoulder blades. Solid tummy. Arms stay very close to the body. Round 2 out of 5. Okay. Breath in. Flex up. Legs go as low as you feel comfortable. Maintain imprint and stiff arms. 22, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Come down. Okay. So we start warming up the shoulders. 3 more rounds. Straight into it. Support the head with one hand if needed. And we pump in 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 more. Curl up higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. 2 more rounds. Breath in. Don't rest for too long. Come up, come up. And pumping 22, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe lower legs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Rest your shoulders, head. Deep breath in. Exhale, we go up. Final and 20. Challenge yourself maybe. If you can take the legs lower, squeeze the heels together. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Relax and twist. Okay, that bit is done. Relax your jaw. The 100 is not for everyone. But if you split it into rounds, not so bad. Okay, guys, we will be changing position. Enough of lying down and relaxing over here. Let's turn around onto hands and knees. So we're kind of moving on to the shoulder stuff, but core will be obviously working all the time. Cat and cow. Flexing and extending segmentally. Open chest. Okay, give me 3 more rounds. As long as you're going bone by bone and you're not really shifting or doing push-up, you'll be fine. Lock those elbows. Push down so you're not sinking this way. 2 more. Last one. And then we're returning to neutral. All right, guys, so shoulder cross in this position. I'm gonna start with my right arm. I'm gonna face this way. So torso still, everything else stays exactly the same. Thumb to ceiling, going into shoulder flexion. We will revisit this position later. Okay? Just go as far as you can without arching your back. And then we're circling to the right. Lift that arm as high as you can. And right there above the floor, rotate internally. So palm turns up the ceiling. You're gonna go hand over your lower back. If you're uncomfortable here, just go to this position instead. Straight elbow. This is progression. A little bit harder for like subscapularis, one of your rotator cuffs. So if you had any rotator cuff issues, you may want to be mindful if this is okay for you or not. Otherwise, straight arm is okay. Left arm keeps pushing down through the floor, right? Like it's actually harder on the left side because it's loaded versus for the right. The right side is just moving through space. And then bring your right hand down. I'm going to again turn around. So you do left side now. Ready? Thumb to ceiling. Push down through your right hand. It's palm to ceiling over your back. You're trying not to touch your back, but of course, see what shoulder can do. And we ease off. 2 more. Reach. Circling. Palm up. Thumbs to ceiling. 1 more. I will give you a bit of neck release soon, okay? Because that may go to the neck and upper traps a little bit. So as we're going onto the wrists, we've got 1 more progression. So tuck the toes under. You're going to maintain back nice and flat unless you feel more comfortable and rounded. Okay, we push and float the knees. We hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unload the hands. You can shift back. Go again. 2 more. As a prep, shoulders over the wrist, push, maybe tuck your chin in if you feel more comfortable, maybe round your back a little bit if you feel more comfortable. 3, 2, 1. Ease off, shift your weight back to unload the hands. 1 more time, shoulders over the wrists, out, claw the floor a little bit with the fingertips. Engage those forearms and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, sit back on your heels. If you can, keep your toes like mine, okay? So you get the stretch to the sole of your foot. If you can't, then point and relax, okay? If you can't kneel like this, just come up onto your knees. And we're moving the head. Neck cars. Going along the collarbone, rotating. Bend your head back as far as you can. Both ways. Okay, we're moving to progression. So exactly what we've done, but now we will be going, lifting knees and stepping back to the plank. All right, so push down through the hands. Knees go off the floor. Slide or step, 1 leg back. Sliding feels easier though. Left leg. Hold it 5, 4. And again, don't let the hips lift too high. Maybe lower them, tuck the tailbone, push your knees up, heels back. 2, 1. And you either step the foot or you glide the foot. Back to 4-point kneeling. Relax. Shift the weight back. We've got 3 more of these. And again, push down through the hands. Lots in the delts and pecs. Now, slide 1 leg or step, then the other. 5. Adjust your plank, straight body from head to heels. 3, 2, 1. Step in, knees below the hips. Lower the knees. Unload. shoulders. A deep breath in, 2 more rounds. Float. We step back. One leg, the other. Adjust the plank. Tuck your tailbone under. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Drop the knees to the back. So again, hopefully you start feeling deltoid muscles. Last one. Push down. Float the knees. Step back. 1 and 2. Adjust the position. Squeeze your glutes. Don't let your body sink. Let the shoulder blades separate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Drop the knees. Sit back on your heels. Relax your head. Going now to pure shoulders. So again, if you wish to move your neck a few more times. Next, in terms of equipment, you can either use light bands or you can use light weight. Weight, probably if you're starting 2 kilos, if you're a little bit stronger, maybe 2.5, 3, you could start with band. I'm going to show you sort of both types of movement. So you need to set yourself up so that your elbow has some kind of support. So we're using the knee for this. Okay, so ideally your position would be something like this, or if you can't really lift the leg enough, then support the heel on the block. You don't want the elbow to be too low, although it's not a bad necessary thing to do. Ideally, you would have your elbow in front of the shoulder. So you can even use a surface of a chair, sofa, or if you've got a kitchen table or any table around you, you can sit on the chair and then do the shoulder work. So this is how it looks like. I'm going to show you with the weight first because this is easier to maybe visualize. We're going into internal rotation with elbow staying in front of the shoulder. And we're going up to kind of vertical position, maybe slightly externally rotate. Okay. That one, or if you don't have a weight that feels suitable, like 3 kilos feels heavy. I would not start with this if I've never done that before, or if you're not doing it regularly. This may feel better. Okay, so I'm using light band. Okay, we're going. Pick one. You don't want the elbow to stay in the air. There needs to be support. Otherwise, you're not going to hit rotator cuff as much as you're going to hit like superficial shoulder muscles and neck, traps. As we try to do round 2 a little bit later, where you can adjust this position. But for now, let's just go around 12 reps. Even putting a block on top of the knee, that's also a solution. Just don't lose the block. It's a little bit more, less stable. So here we are affecting mostly infraspinatus, okay? So one of your rotator cuffs. And even a light band. If you're kind of pacing through it, you will feel it in no time. Especially the shoulders will be a little bit tired from planks. Okay, try not to elevate the scapula. So here, careful not to do that. That's not very good form. And also careful not to swing the upper body, common compensation. Okay, if you get to 12 and you feel, oh, okay, or even 10, and you feel, okay, burns a little bit, switch, okay? We are not looking at fatigue like the big muscles. We're looking here at just feeling the tractions. Feeling a bit of work, priming, strengthening. I much prefer doing the band than the weight though. You've got tension on the way down and on the way up. With the weights, it's just kind of work on the way up. Issues with the shoulders, I would do this every day. Anyone, even if you don't have issues yet. Trying to maintain the same rhythm, okay? We don't want to do like a lot of slow reps with breaks in between. It's one to the other. You will feel that pump in these muscles very soon. If you've got a band, you can always loosen the band, and then it allows you to maintain good form. Okay? Guess we'll be shortly finishing this. And we're gonna carry on using the light band. Okay, so that's another drill coming. First though, I'm gonna take you through rolling. So have your band nearby. You can actually put it on top of your shins. So guys, we're gonna drop the chin, forward fold. Hold this movement for a moment. Try to lower your chin. So we're stretching all the tissues of the posterior chain. Even these around the back of the neck, going to the head, along the spine, hamstrings, calves to the feet. And then sit tall. Sit tall as high as you can. So those back muscles are kicking in. You can bend your knees if needed. Then stretch those arms open and twist from the middle back. 3 little twists to the right. Center. Exhale, 3 little twists to the left. You need to sit tall. I don't care how much your bend needs to bend, okay? And again, 3, 2, 1. Other side. No rush, doesn't have to be super dynamic. Just encouraging a little bit more rotation. No movement in the hips or legs. One more. Your arms are in the air, okay? Your arms are still working a little bit. And then from here, we're going back and down. So again, if you're worried about your lower back, little cushion below the lumbar spine here, little blanket. You will get support much sooner than doing it without any support whatsoever. Inhale, exhale, we're going up into the stretch. We're gonna repeat the same thing. So sit tall. See if you can send your arms a little bit higher. So you still wanna work from your delts, okay? That's sort of indirect work for the shoulders. Kind of working on the spine and core. Again, bigger cushion below the lower back will make this all much easier. And we dive. Going a little bit deeper than before. Sit tall. So again, maybe arms in a V, maybe arms in the front, maybe hands behind your head. Try to keep those arms higher than shoulders if you can, especially that you are not beginners at all. But really listen to your neck. If you've got tension in the jaw, building up from holding arms in space, I would not be forcing those arms up. One more. The higher the arms go, the more load to the tummy. That's really the purpose of doing this with arms in the air. Breath in and up we go. And we dive. Heading into mid-back work. So still arms, but we're trying to affect the muscles between the shoulder blades. So you may think of this as a postural adjustment. You can do it seated if you're comfortable. So you would have a light band wrapped around the feet are together. Cross the strands of the strap, right? So tension comes from cross. And I would do this with palms up. That's a little bit safer for the tendons of the shoulder. So see if this is okay. You can do it with straight legs, bent legs, or if you've got a leg of the bed, you just wrap it around the maybe leg of the sofa or leg of a table, and you're still crossing okay, they're crossing, so you will have nice setup there. Let's make sure that whatever you are touching it to is not going to move. Your legs are the safest bet. However, you can't really, you will have to shorten the band quite a lot. Sitting tall, okay, so we've got all that. Palms to ceiling ideally. We're pulling and we're squeezing the shoulder blades. So you want to squeeze shoulder blades together and arms stay up. Pull, relax, okay? Height will really depend on where you feel comfortable. This is a little bit easier for the traps. This is obviously much harder, okay? Don't go too high. I think going sort of breastbone level is good. If the band is too heavy, maybe bring your legs closer, but ideally you would work with light band. Otherwise, you may start feeling tension in all the wrong places. And let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm squeezing shoulder blades together even before I move my arms. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Doing it seated is much harder than actually staying tall and standing and doing it, because notice how much your back has to work to just hold you upright, and hip flexors too. All right, put this away. We're going to move on. Okay, we will come back for round 2 of those three things. Come down now on your forearms. We're going into scapular push-up. So still in this sort of shoulder complex mobility spectrum. Okay, so elbows below the shoulders, palms to ceiling, knees on the ground, and we're sinking chest to the floor. Your shoulder blades come together. You push, you widen that area. Shoulder blades move down or out and away from the vertebral column. And we're sinking. And push. Sinking. And push. Okay, so you got the movement that your belly is active all the way through. It may look like we're arching the back, but we're not really letting go of the belly. Pulling the front of the rib cage towards the ceiling. And we're tucking tailbone under all the way through. If you wanted to, you could go for a harder variation here, but I warn you that we have some plank variations coming soon, so you don't want to completely fry your shoulders too soon, okay? You don't want to ache very much afterwards either, right? You want this to be sustainable, so give me just 5 more with knees down. And 3. And 2. And 1. Lovely. And then lie down on your front. We're going to go into some swimming, starting with the legs so we can relax the arms. Ooh. Relax your forehead on your hands. Stack your hands, create fists, okay? So guys, now push your hips down. We're lifting both legs up in space. So back to posterior chain. And then relax. And again, legs go up. And legs go down. Up. And down. Up. All right, give me 1 more. We lift. Your legs will be going side to side. Squeeze them together, abducting. Separate, abduct. Squeeze. Separate. Feet up. Squeeze. Separate. Squeeze. Separate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Thighs will be brushing the ground, right? 1 more, and then we're swimming. 1 leg up, 1 leg down. 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10. Keep kicking fast. I'm just counting. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Rock your hips. And if you're feeling lower back in this position, slide a blanket from chest to the upper thighs. It will actually create a bit of flexion in lower back, and you will be kind of straighter, okay? Look after your back here. Okay, feet stay on the ground, a little bit wider than hip distance. So now we're lifting chest and arms, okay? So it's very similar to what we did with the band. Retraction of the scapula. Now your arm is gonna go out to the sides. Elbows in, come down. Let me go again, up. Press your pubic bone down. Arms go out to a T. Bring it back. And down. So now we're mixing shoulder work with back work. Again, up. Reach. Return. Relax. 4 more. Up. reach, return. Relax. Reach. One more time for the T, and we're gonna take you to flexion. Okay, guys, so next lift, your arms go overhead, okay? So we go chest up, arms go forwards and overhead, thumbs up, pull it back. And again, lift. Reach those arms forwards, thumbs up, bring it back, relax. And go this way, lift. Again, knuckles or fists, thumbs up, bring it back. So now we're in a realm of working on a trapezius and deltoid, shoulder flexors. Let's go again. 4 more. Breath in, exhale, lift. Four more. You can obviously send your arms a little bit wider, okay? This is a lot of trapezius and rhomboid work. You may feel a bit of soreness after doing this. And we finish off with a breaststroke. So take a second, rest your head. 8 breaststrokes. And just the most basic one. So it's all about flexion. From here, you dive, arms overhead, bring the hands in. Pick up the pace on the way up. Slowly down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And relax. All right, let's get out of here. Again, don't be concerned if later today or tomorrow you feel like your mid-back feels stiff, because that's obviously a result of all this, of those drills. Yes, you may want to, it may feel nice to work the back a little bit. So let's do some roll ups, okay? So stand up. Stand up, let's go through some roll downs. Standing, relax your arms, chin to chest. And then back up to standing. If you've got any weights around you, which I know you do, pick some up and do this. Instead of a roll down, we're going to call it Jefferson curl, which, you know, in the realm of a little bit of like weightlifting and training. This is a little bit more about loaded work for your back. So you just hold the weights or plates in hands. And we're rounding the back. You can go a few kilos. You can just go 2 kilos or 3 kilos. Dumbbells are best. Three more. Let the weight pull your arms down. They will separate your shoulder blades. Last 2. And then we will move on to the side planks. Last and final. All right, put those weights away. We're moving on to side planks. We're going to be doing side planks on the forearms. Maybe some of you will go on the higher side plank. I will show both, but we're going to be trying to add some side bending to work the obliques. So number 1, on your forearm, you want your forearm and knees to be kind of in the same line. So I'm sitting a little bit further back than my knees and elbow. So by the time I lift my hips, it's just all in a straight line. Just test the position. Yeah, sending hips up. And down. Okay. Some of you are already going, some of you are still prepping. Okay, so guys, progression in the level one, we just lift and then lower the pelvis, lift the pelvis, lower the pelvis, lift the pelvis, okay? So we're thinking again, working on the obliques. We lower, we lift, and the shoulder works all the time. You don't have to progress to these if you find this irritating to the shoulder or too tiring. 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and then lie down, okay? I'm gonna plug in some core work because again, we never have enough core work, right? Lower your head, come down on your side. We're gonna be doing little teasers. Work on the hip flexors, we work on the stomach. So now lift the legs and head. So from sideline position, roll yourself 45 degrees backwards. You will kind of go into indentation in your glutes. And then we go up. So you can go here. Left shoulder to the left knee, or right shoulder to the right knee. Come back down. So this is level 1. Come up higher. Some of you may be keeping legs straight. You've got that side teaser. And down. And up. And down. Up. And relax. Last 4. And good work to get the hip flexors and stomach. So forearm, the lower arm is really helping you with stability here. And obviously come off the elbow too. Couple more to finish. One more, roll, exhale. Maybe holding, maybe pulsing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. All right, take a sec. You can review and repeat side plank with knees down with those lifts. So this would be round 2 for you. If you're ready for more, you would get yourself into the side plank this way. You can go like Pilates way, but to be honest, it doesn't matter how you get up, right? As long as you can even start with a plank and then sort yourself up this way. So see if that's okay. Can you do lifts here? Much heavy for the shoulder, harder for the stomach because your pelvis will drop down. See if you can get 8 to 10 reps in. 6, 5, 4. If you're unsure or feel unstable, drop down on the forearm, much safer. 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Roll the shoulder. We're going to change sides. Same thing, starting with level 1. Knees align with the elbows. Ready? Just go up and down. It's a much bigger base of support, right? Your calves are on, your forearm is on the ground. So you might find this quite easy. But see, lower down, lift. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Lovely. Maybe 4 more. Relax, lie down on your side. Ready? Legs together, bottom arm in front. Exhale, we're rolling back, coming up. Do that hop teaser. So you're on one butt cheek, your tailbone is in space, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to the knee, right side, left side, and slowly down. Positioning is important. You don't want to be in that weird twist, okay? Or you don't want to be like legs are dropping and you're twisting to ceiling. It's so uncomfortable. You really need to find that indentation in your buttocks. Breath in. Up. 45 degrees back. So I'm kind of pulling thighs to the chest. Facing my knees and feet. And again, if you want progression, you go straight legs. Lift, roll. Slowly down. Roll and again, if you start through the buttocks, You may feel like it's actually quite uncomfortable a little bit because there's a lot of muscles in there. All right, last couple, okay? Breath in. Big squeeze. Slowly down. Now, get ready to pulse if you want more. Ready? Roll, lift. Three, two, one. Slow motion, very slowly. You're gonna get more out of that repetition. Just relax. Come back to side plank, round 2. We're looking about 10 pulses once you find your plank. So here, again, safer for the shoulders, or you can get into the side plank this way, right? Top foot in front of the bottom foot, and then we lower the pelvis. You can just hold the plank if you just want to focus on the shoulder, right? This is much harder. Down. 5, 7, 9, 10, and then down we go. You get to lie down on your back. Quick review for the core. Double leg cycles, guys, okay? It's nice to lie down a little bit, relax your shoulders. And we're gonna go legs away and up to chest. So double leg bicycles. And again, as an option, support your sit bones, legs move away. Now, with the remaining time, I'm going to give you drills with light weights, okay? Because we need to sort of cut down to a few things. So I will skip the repetitions from the other movements. We're going to go straight to light weights. You're thinking 2 kilos, 1.5 kilos, 2 kilos weights. Maybe more on some movements, but probably not more than 3s. And change direction. Couple more. Should feel like a piece of cake after everything now. And then hug your knees in, massage your back. Maybe you want to do full twist. Okay, so guys, I would suggest doing this either high on the knees or standing, okay? I might do this on my knees just for the sake of the video. So guys, have your very light weights nearby. If you've got anything a little bit heavier to start with, you can. So I would say 1, 2s, okay? Because I would like to go for volume. I'm gonna grab my plates. And guys, we're gonna start with this sort of movement where elbows are bent, palms are facing up, okay? So again, 1, 2s, okay? 1.5s maybe. You can stand up. You don't need to stress your knees or hips. We're gonna go out. Go higher than shoulder level. And also you don't go completely sideways, you go slightly forwards, just a little bit more like a scapular plane. So think not there, because that's kind of like behind you. Go slightly forwards, okay? That's the movement. All right, so we're going for volume. Out. Out. You can always change weights as you go, okay? This could be really done with light weights if you're never really doing anything, or if you're rehabbing. All right, we're gonna do like reps after reps. So 8 more of these. You can go exhale, stretch, hold, come down. Exhale, stretch, hold, come down. Exhale, stretch, hold, come down. Good. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we're going into abduction. So again, you're going slightly sideways, but slightly forwards. Palms down. Start with the light weights. Just, like I say, they maybe look like nothing, but just because we load the shoulders already in so many ways. So again, guys, not just purely sideways, okay? Because that is not scapular plane. You want to go slightly forwards, okay? Elbow can be slightly bent. So that's for your deltoids and a little bit of supraspinatus in your shoulders. 8 more. It's like, that's just like, you know, toning the muscles. I don't really like that name because it will not work for everyone as toning, but it will definitely be strengthening, right? 4 more. Stay with the light weights. If you're standing, that's great. Just stay standing. So guys, this is going to be bicep curl into overhead reach. We want the weights to be light because if you never do it and your arms are tired and you go for heavy weights, this may not end the way you want it to end. I'm just thinking strengthening the tendons of the bicep and rotator cuff, okay? Getting some work through the delts, getting some work through the trapezius, getting some work through the bicep. Remember that again, muscles, it's not really muscles to adjust quickly, right? Tendons take, adapt very, very slowly. So again, if you're planning any lifting, ever, boxes or furniture, it'd be always good to think of those tendons, support them. Last 4. Got 1 more for you after this. 3. You can obviously go wider with the hands. You don't have to go completely over the shoulders. You can go more sideways if it feels better, okay? Final repetition. And I guess we are all standing. Because it will be really hard to do seated. You want to squat a little bit, lean forwards. And we're going here. So again, it's basically 3rd time we're going into the rhomboids. We're squeezing shoulder blades together, okay? So light weights for this one, you know, 1 kilo, 2 kilo. You don't want to feel like it's going to your neck. And you want the chest to face the ground. If you're finding this too difficult, you hold onto a table and you're just doing 1 arm and 1 hand is supported on the table or sofa. So it will be easier for the lower back, okay? Use this modification. Lovely. Make sure the back is not rounded, okay? Not good form, too much stress. Stick your bottom out a little bit, bend your knees. I like to even lower my upper body quite far. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, big finish. Hold those weights. You can pick up the heaviest weights you've got, actually. I'm going to finish with a little squat. Yes, again, we haven't done any legs. Get your toes out, knees out, hinge forwards. Okay, hips back, like you're trying to sit on the box. And we're going to pulse down, halfway up, down, halfway up, down, halfway up. See if you can lower the pelvis a little bit more than the hip level, than the knee level. Like you're really aiming for the deep squat, okay? And it's just to get a bit of blood flow to the legs. Down, up. Keep the same pace. We're going for 10, up, 9, up, 8, up. Don't lift all the way, okay? If you're standing up, you're relaxing the muscles, okay? Just halfway. 6, up, 5, up, 4, 3, up, 2, up, finish, and tall. All right. For the weight way, let's go into a stretch. So I guess we're going to do hamstrings, actually. We haven't done these last time. So start here in the lizard lunge. prepare to sit back. Maybe blocks below your hands. Just press heel down through the floor, okay? 10% of your strength, 5 counts. Kick down through the floor, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. So some of you will just try to fall deeper. Some of you will be aiming to go a little bit deeper towards the splits. I know you can. Round 2. You press down. 15% of your max strength. Kick down, and if you're in a kind of towards the splits like me, you push the back knee down as well, like you're trying to bring the legs back together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And again, if you feel this is it, just stay as you are. You don't have to progress at all. If you can, just give it another inch of depth. Deep breath in. And we press down, heel down. 20% of your strength, so go a little bit more effort. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax into the stretch, which means for some of you, maybe you're getting closer to the split or half split, deep half split. And if you're in a deeper position, consider how you're going to get out of here. Obviously, you want to use the back leg. Okay. You may want to contract the hamstrings or push the heel down, whether you're in a half split or full split. Try to contract the muscle as we get out, so we don't strain it or overstretch it. And then switch. Left leg. Right, other side. We set up for that side split, for the half split. Ready? First effort, 10% effort, kicking down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can deepen either just folding forwards more, maybe walking the back knee more. A new progression. We'll go again. If you in the splits, you push both legs down. If you're in a half split, you just push the front foot. Ready? 15% of your max strength. You press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And final progression. So again, maybe another inch of depth. Again, it was not really, we did not do proper hamstring preps. It wasn't like a lower body class. So, be mindful that we may not be aiming for full splits. We may not be aiming for very hard work on the legs. Just did not prepare it enough. Push it all the way. So last push is contracting 20% of your strength for 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on, lovely, relax. Few breaths, and then we're out of here. So after this stretch, we're going to sit in the straddle or cross-legged. So safely exit the position. Okay, straddle is down here. You can obviously sit on something. Relax your shoulders. If you want to sit cross-legged, that's fine. And again, move your neck for me. Just circle each way. And then pull your head sideways. Okay, so we're relaxing the trapezius and levator scap, so all those muscles that were moving the shoulder blade and arms. Maybe one the other arm behind your head, behind your back, sorry. Same thing on the other side. So you sending your head sideways and then chin down towards the chest. And bring one arm across the chest, quick stretch. So forearm, pulling the forearm, chin down. Side. And then side bend. So think lower back, obliques, final stretch. Going a little bit deeper on the exhale. Raise up, breath in. And again, directing shoulder to the knee. I like to go arm on the inside of the thigh. Straight arm overhead or rest your hand on your head. And deep breath in to rise up. All right, guys, that's it. The music ended. It means that must have been more than an hour. Ah, well done.